Hey guys, yesterday I had no intention of doing this video, but at the end of the day, I got all these rare rigs in. Now it's really hard to find the complete rigs where they have the holster and the spare mag all put together. Most times when you're walking through a gun show, you're not even gonna see one like this, but these rigs all came from the same person. He's selling these on consignment, so I thought I'd show them to you, and you might accidentally see some of the pricing, but we're not allowed to sell anything on YouTube, so don't get any ideas. You can check out our website. Come take a closer look. Okay, we'll start up here. This first one is a 1914 Mauser rig. I'm going to pull that one out, and then right next to it, we'll contrast that with a 1934 Mauser rig. The best way for me to tell right away is I look at the back of the grip, and you can see the 1934 Mauser has a hump, and this is more of a straight line. But let's first check this out. So 1914, obviously, this was around the time of the First World War, and they were selling these as commercial guns. But a few, very few, were set aside for the military and used by officers. Remember, the smaller the gun, the higher the rank, and this was not your typical issued Luger from World War I. But this is a 1914. You can see how the back is pretty straight. 1914, early serial number. Beautiful finish. For a gun that's over 100 years old, you can just see how beautiful it is. Now, the consigner left these tags in it to help us look at it. He has the production range and information like that. And then he even has some numbers over here so you can get a ballpark idea. But it comes with this World War I style holster. Comes with a spare magazine. Everything about this is correct. What's so unusual is the condition. You can just see it's absolutely beautifully blued. Again, a 1914 Mauser used in World War I. And then the proof right here is going to be tough to see. This is a commercial proof that is on all of the guns. But this right here is an imperial proof, meaning it was issued to a World War I German officer. So that's what jacks up the price a bit. And the consigner even has information that I didn't know about. I have seen this marking before. He actually tells you what it means, the ink stamp, and gives you the, it's from the Equipment and Clothing Depot. Anyway, so that's helpful, and that comes with it. Let's take a look at a 1934 Mauser. Now, here's where we have the hump. Hump? What hump?
What hump?
And look at the condition of this, just like the last one. Beautiful blued, nice dark high polish finish here and here. This side is exactly the same. Just a beautiful gun. And if we look at the tag, when we look at the tag, we can see that the gun was made in 1940. It has eagle end proof right here. Also on the barrel, it has an eagle end proof, but it also is proofed Eagle 655, which was a Nazi era proof, which means this went to the German army. And that proof mark is right here on the back of the tag. What's so unusual, again, just like the last one, it's just the condition. This went to the German army in 1940. The last one went to the German army in World War I. And here's a little bit of a write-up. The holster also comes with it. Beautiful holster, I'll show you that. And you can see a number there. But here is the holster, minty condition, as we like to say. So this comes together as a complete rig. Once again, it's just hard to find these beautiful rigs all together in one place. So this is a rare opportunity for you collectors out there. Now this one, I'm not quite sure about. I'll give you my opinion, but this is a Police Eagle C. This is a Sauer 38H, and it has ivory grips. Now that's the only part that bothers me. I know these Police guns pretty well. I've sold quite a few of them. So it's an early Sauer. Serial number here is, and that's a Eagle N. So again, the test firing proof. But these were always issued with the black grips. Here's the picture of a typical Sauer 38H, and they almost always come with these black grips. These ones come with ivory grips. So I don't know what to make of that. Isn't it possible? I did a video already where, isn't it possible? It's possible that whoever bought this, maybe he was a police officer or a pretty high up rank and decided he wanted to have ivory grips made up and put on his gun. He certainly could have done that, but I don't believe this was done in the factory. I can't say for sure since I was not alive then. I think this probably was issued with the typical black grips. Somebody added the ivory grips, but it does make it look sharp. This is the Police Eagle C mark, and it comes with this holster, which has a police eagle over a swastika. That's a police eagle, 1942, and that's about correct for this gun. You can see here, it's an Otto Sindel holster, and there's a number on the back. And this all goes together in a complete rig. You can see here has the spare magazine and then the magazine that's in the gun itself. Let's move on to the next one. This is another 1934, except it's a little different. Remember the last one? We talked about the hump. And here's the hump, but this time it has the plastic grip. Look at the finish on that, just incredible. Those of you who collect, you know what you're looking at. You walk a dozen gun shows and you can't find something like that, let alone this amount of full rigs all together. Just in beautiful condition. It does have the Eagle N, but it did not go to the military or the police, but rather it gives production numbers here. Talks about the serial range, talks about the special grips, black plastic grips, and then it comes with an Aka holster, and you can see a number there just to get a ballpark. But even this screw, it almost looks like a fire blue. Yeah, I think these could be fire blue. And then this is the holster. It comes with a spare magazine. This holster is absolutely mint. Beautiful. Fits this gun, but also would fit a Walther PP. And maybe you can see it, but there is an Aka logo underneath the strap. And this comes together as a full rig. Cool looking holster, more of a tan color. This is another Mauser 1934. Again, look at the bluing on that. I know some of you guys are drooling. This one is, again, not police or Waffen stamp. There's no Waffen stamp, no police. It does have a tag. It's a little bit different. It just says it's a commercial. Brown holster comes with a spare magazine. There you see the inside. I would call this like brand new condition, mint condition. And then the condition of the gun is minty. And we have our Legacy tag on there. There's a number there for the complete rig. It's just a really nice find if you look at both sides and the front strap. I'm rating this in 99%. This is the only one that's by itself, meaning it's not a rig. I don't know if it came with a holster, but it certainly is not. I can't find the holster, so I assume this is a standalone gun. They only made about 8,000 of them. It is a 1934 Mauser. There's definitely wear on this, and you can see the difference right away. When you look at the finish on the one on top versus the one below, you can see that there's definite wear on this one. And it does have the Eagle 655. So this went to the German Army. I'm sure it went to an officer. Again, there's holster wear right there, and there's wear here. So not quite as nice as some of the other ones. But again, this was made 1940 to 41, and only about 8,000 made. The next one is a Walther, a Model 4. And this one went to the police, has a police marking on the front strap. It also talks about the maker of the holster. All this helps a whole lot. And it has one matching magazine, so let's check it out. This is the police holster. There's the maker in Berlin, the date 1941. So cute little holster. Here's a serial number of the holster. Let's see if that matches. Yeah, there you go. Here's the serial number on the gun, and it matches the serial number on the holster. There you go, matching black holster. It does say one matching magazine, and if we look at the bottom, if you look right here, you see 547, which is the matching number to 547 here, 547 here. So again, this is a Model 4. One caution, this is loose. It looks like it might have a repaired crack right here. This side is fine, but these are horn. These are made of horn. This is not plastic, so it's an early gun, and you can see a little chip here. So it's got the early horn grips, which are kind of rare, crown end proof here, and then it mentioned it has a police marking, which is right here. So the serial, it has one matching mag, and then it has a spare magazine, which is not numbered. If we take a look at this, we get an idea when we see that. But it's rare to find a Walther Model 4 that went to the military, even more rare to see one that went to the police, mostly because these are just small caliber pistols. So probably this went to a detective, used it in a vest pocket or something like that, but it typically is not a carry piece for a police officer. Okay, for this next one, we have another police gun. There's the Police Eagle. We've talked about that before. This one is Larson, Robert Larson. It's dated 1939. So there's the maker, the date, the Police Eagle. This is a 1914. Remember the first one we saw was a 1914 because you don't have the hump there. If you look at the condition, it's got a beautiful high polish finish. Front strap is a bit dulled down. This magazine is numbered to the gun. So the police guns, they would often number them. Let's see. Here's a serial number here, ends in 786. And if we go to the magazine, we can see it ends in 786. So this is a police gun. See the fire blue here. Where's the police marking? It's right here, WW228. Now, what's interesting about this gun, and I'm going to show you in a minute, so I have the matching magazine. We see the holsters included from 1939, and there you go, the PW228. It's gun number 228, and then that's the police department, the Württemberg Police Department, and that's who it went to. And this one, there's a number there that might interest you. Here's the documents that came with it. This is actually written up in a book. The book is called History Writ in Steel. I don't know if that sounds like bad English to me, but History Written in Steel, but this is History Writ in Steel by Don Moss, forwarded by Joe Watka. I know him, know both of those men, highly respected. And here we see the first one. They actually document that's the serial number of the gun. There's the PW228 Mauser M14, and it talks about that gun. That particular gun is actually written up in here. So it's documented in a book. There's a picture. Actually, that's a picture of PW228. So there's a picture of the gun and documented here. So all that comes together for this gun, a complete rig with provenance, showing us that it comes together like this in a complete rig. Okay, next. You know, when you guys watch these videos, I often get comments from you that every time I watch your video, I learn something new. Well, here's something you're going to learn new. I'm actually filming this video right now, and I'm learning something new. Here is a gun that has a marking it's from Germany in World War II. I thought I knew pretty much everything about the guns from World War II, and I learned something new. This is a 1934. Remember, I've taught you about that. And it's not in very good condition, so why is Tom showing us this? Well, there's a marking right there. I have never seen that marking on a gun before, a German gun before. PP, PPK, Mauser, Sauer, never. Only time I've ever seen it. And there's a write-up here telling us what it is. It's a RBL, which is basically the Air Raid Wardens and Protection League. So they had their own organization. They were mostly volunteers. So these were probably older men or younger men that were firefighters during the bombing, and they had their own logo, and that goes along with these armbands. So this comes together. This logo is meant to duplicate this armband and this armband. So again, I've never seen one before. I didn't even know they existed until I came across this. I thought I'd show it to all of you. It comes with this certificate of authenticity. History Hunter, that's Craig Gottlieb, and he's authenticating that these armbands are real. And I think these are fairly expensive because they're rare to find. And then this marking on here. Now, I would say, again, since I've never seen this before, I don't believe this is a factory marking, but I do believe it very well could have gone to the Air Raid Protection team or league. I believe it could have gone to them and they added the stamp. I don't believe it's a factory stamp, but I do believe it was a World War II stamp because I've never seen anybody ever do that before. So if you're going to fake a stamp, you want to fake an RZM where everybody knows they exist, or you want to fake, Eagle 359 because you know that they exist. Never seen this before. They all come together in this grouping. It talks a little bit about it here. I mentioned already that it was they were volunteers, and then you see a number on the back. And I didn't discuss the holster. This is a holster that comes with it. You can see it's in beautiful condition. It is not pigskin. It's actually like a it shows a grain to look like pigskin, but it's just a leather grain. This is early because it's a brass stud, and it has the extra magazine inside. Here's the back, absolutely beautiful. So the gun, it's a little bit worn. It's not a little bit worn. It has quite a bit of wear, let's just be honest. It's got quite a bit of wear, very rare insignia that I've never seen before, so I learned something new today while doing this video. Let's see what else I have. Okay, next I'm going to show you a rare Mauser, a broom handle, C96. It's got a beautiful case, but it's commercial, so it's not numbered. This is not numbered. It has some corrosion here, not numbered. But when we open this up, this is a reworked Mauser, but very rare in that if we look at this picture of your typical C96, you can see that it usually has an extension here, but this is actually shortened to make it a 6-shot. Now they did commercially make some 6-shots, and they're very, very rare. I did find a couple on the internet that were 15,000 and above. Many of them are put together from parts. This is actually put together from parts because this is an early cone, which is pre-1900 cone hammer, early cone hammer. This is a later bolo from the 1930s. It was altered to make it a 6-shot. Looks like it was altered with the original configuration, was reworked probably in the 30s. This serial number matches the number back here, number here, they all match, and also the grips match. So it's very rare to find a 6-shot. This is a reworked 6-shot. And the other thing that I noticed is this has been polished or chromed. Serial number here, by the way, but polished or chromed, as is the bolt. Polished or chromed. I have no idea why. I wanted to show it to you because I've never seen a 6-shot reworked bolo before. So I thought I'd show it to you if that's something you know about. And again, I Googled it, and they're extremely rare and very expensive. This one is less money just because it has had some work done to it. Even after the rework, it's correct for a reworked bolo, but there was, obviously something done to the bolt after the fact. So this one is available. And then finally, again, a gun that I've never done a video about. This is a repro holster, by the way. There's nothing else I can do with this repro holster because it really goes with this gun, which is a Bergman. It's like E.F. Hutton. We earn it. This is a Bergman. And I learned a little bit about the Bergman. It has the patent here. This also was reworked. So M1910/21. So this is a model 1910, but it was reworked in 1921. I'm not an expert on these. I did read up on it. I've never actually bought one. This again came to us on consignment. I think we have a ballpark number. It does come with a magazine. They started making these in 1903. So it was a German gun company, gunsmith, that came up with this design. His name was Bergman. It does utilize a magazine, which was very early for that time. You just push this button and you pull this down. This looks like Target. So they make these magazines in Target. Just lying, they don't. But anyway, so this was reworked in 1921. My understanding is it went to the Danish police, and when the Germans came in and took over Denmark, they procured, or they collected all of the guns, and they reworked them one more time. But this time when they reworked it, it was done for the German army. And so there is a Crown, DK, and then 43. So in 1943, in time for the end of the war, they had collected these, and then they were looking for weapons as quickly as they could. So this was, again, the proof mark for the German rework was a Crown, DK, and a 43. So this was used in World War I era, then used by the Danish police. And then when the Nazis took over Denmark, they reworked it again. It comes in 9mm, and it was issued to somebody in the German military, most likely. It does have all matching numbers, including the grips. However, there's a number here, and I'm not sure what that means because the rest of the gun is all matching. The magazine is numbered, by the way. It's numbered on the spine, and it is not matching. So this is an all-matching gun, except for the magazine, and it was reworked several times. But I have never bought one or really handled one. We have sold them before, but not anything I've ever paid attention to. So hopefully this video, you learned something new. We have some beautiful rigs. If you're interested, you can watch the website as they come up and become available. But make sure you like and subscribe to our channel because as unusual as some of these rigs are, I have even more to show you in upcoming videos. So stay tuned.